Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up? What's going on, everybody? It's Super Day with the PA Political Revolution Podcast. Back at it again to come give you some of that good information, that good word, so to speak, right? And today we have another good show. Today we have the Honorable Reginald Trainer here to give us some of his opinions, some of his commentaries, how he sees this mayoral race falling through. Brother Reg, can you go ahead and say something to the people?
Well, good afternoon or good morning, Port Arthur, Texas. This is Mr. Trainer, your activist, always around the city, hearing and listening. Let's talk a little bit about the governor race. Not the governor race. We're going to wait. We're going to start right here at home. We're going to start right here at home. The mayor race. Let's talk about the mayor race.
Yes, sir.
Well, to be truthfully honest, I am guilty, Dave.
What you guilty
because
of?
when Mr. Thurman Bartie first ran against Mr. Derek Freeman, we all wanted Derek out so bad. We didn't do the homework that we should have did that got Mr. Thurman Bartie elected as the mayor. So I'm just as guilty as the rest. But would I vote for him again after what I know now? Ain't happening. And let me just tell you a little summary of why I said that.
Yes, sir.
That I should have really done my homework. Anytime a man get kicked out of three of the highest houses in the land.
Three of them.
The first one is the church house. It's God's house.
God's house.
Then you turn around and get kicked out the courthouse. The people's house. Then you turn around and he get kicked out the schoolhouse, the children's house. And you still know this and you put him in office.
Okay, tell me something. So he actually got to get kicked out of the school?
Oh, yeah, all drunk up at a football game and everything, and they had to put him out.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Is that representing Port Arthur? Then on top of that, and I might be speaking too much. Then on top of that, we had a garbage shortage. The garbage cans and this wouldn't operate. I'm looking on TV with a friend of mine, and I see the mayor come on TV with all his frat brother clothes on in his apartment or in his complex or wherever he stayed.
Yeah, wherever he stayed.
With Angel San Juan. People garbage are stacked so high, it's like the landfill.
Yeah.
He comes out there. He comes out there with a Family Dollar bag, going to his garbage can to show San Juan that he's suffering too. Right. And guess what? God don't sleep. When he opened his garbage can, it was empty, dude.
Look, he was clean too. It was a good clean.
Yeah. Only thing that he was able to put in there is that Family Dollar bag. Who does that?
Right.
Who represents a city like that? First of all, anytime you represent in the city, you should have been in your office.
Yeah.
You should have been in the city hall. And then all this frat brother stuff, I'm not seeing nothing for the people. I'm not seeing nothing. A guy told me that he asked Thurman, now this is secondhand information because I wasn't there.
Right.
He said, Mayor, what we going to do with all these young killing going on in the city of Port Arthur? You know what the mayor told him?
What he told him?
I work at a funeral home. We just going to bury him. I couldn't believe that. Right. How insecure you could be to tell a person that, and you know we're going through problems. Then to get back,
So pretty much the funeral home making money regardless, killing or not, if they good guys or bad guys. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, no, what I took out of that, David, you glad they're killing each other because your company making money.
Yeah, the same thing.
You're not looking for a solution.
Right.
Because guess what? You feel as though it's fixed. That goes to show you how you care about your people and your city. All it is about $1. Come on, dude. Everything ain't about money all the time. Where's your compassion?
Right.
Where's your compassion? Then he's a preacher. Being a preacher, all he's supposed to be able to do is preach, teach, and have compassion, sympathy for the people, man.
Yeah.
You can't be in office. Look, he been there 3 years. He still don't even know how to he still don't even know how to run the council
meeting. Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
He's still thinking that because he the mayor, he's in charge. His what do you say? His cabinet. He ain't got no cabinet.
Yeah, his cabinet like he.
He ain't but one person,
crazy.
and people need to understand it. Well, I talked to the mayor. The mayor can't do no more than anybody up there. You have to be in groups. What the mayor needs to do is find out your needs and concerns and bring it to council, and they try to work on a solution. Not run around there with all them clown suits on and thinking you all in a bag of chips, going over there and getting pictures put in city hall glass and stain like you Jesus of Nazareth. Come on, man.
Oh, yeah.
We need to do something. We need to do something about this city if we are sincere. I know the people know I'm sincere because I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere. I get more done than Thurman could ever get done because I have compassion for the people. I know how to talk to people to get stuff done. You know, this guy's a joke. He taking travel, say he got to be in the room in order to get the money. Man, that sounds like a drug thing. Ain't nobody got to be in no room to get nothing done because when we were doing the pandemic, guess what? We were Zooming.
Yeah.
And he got to take plane rides to Washington. What have he brought back for us? I haven't seen that. I haven't even seen the souvenir. What he brought back?
What he brought back? I think problems. He brought back problems. Now, let me go ahead on and interject.
We really, really, really need to check ourselves because it's not Thurman. It's us.
Yes, sir.
It's us because Thurman wouldn't be there if it wouldn't be for us.
And on that point,
we need to stop it. We need to stop favoritism, fractism, churchtism. Right. We need to be about proto-upperlism. That's exactly what we need to do.
Yeah, get rid of it.
We got a fine opportunity right now with all these refineries and all this construction coming up and building up in there. Look, do you want to see it progress or are you satisfied? Why is it? That's the question. There's no more of the question like that. There's no more of the question. Are you satisfied or are you willing to change? What he did? He ran on what? Change. Mm-hmm. Well, you tell me what change have we seen since he been there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I've had a dialogue with some people that personally was in his group and say, well, Thurman, what are we going to do about the change? And I heard that he told them he ain't doing no more than what the next man did. So what that says, you lied.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then the other day, I'm watching counsel at a council meeting, and a guy from TexDoc, I think that's the name.
Yeah.
That built that road on Gulfway Drive and left it like that.
Yeah.
He told that man up, embarrassing the city, the way he talked to that man. Well, if you gonna come up here with all them lies, this and that, I don't want that because I don't like a liar. It's been a whole year and you ain't getting. Well, Thurman, stop.
Yeah.
It's been practically 3 years and you ain't did nothing. See, the kettle can't talk about the pot. Come on, man.
With that
well,
particular,
you don't like Thurman, huh?
With that particular situation, it was funny hearing Thurman telling it just like the same thing that the citizens was kind of complaining about him, all those lies, not doing anything, just wasting people's time. It's funny to hear him when somebody treat him the way that he been treating us, and
right.
and to go back with Thurman, right? I think I did support him also, right? I don't think that, in my opinion, that we didn't do the research, right? We knew the research, we knew his history, but the thing of it was that he lied to us basically. He gave us false campaign promises. He was talking about going in a different direction, having a different direction with the city manager, right? And we would have handed to him as a city manager, able to do what he needs to do. We would be a lot better off right now. But no, after he got elected, he kind of changed his mind, put Ron Burton in, did some other things, went ahead and aligned themselves with the hog, right? So that, was the beginning of the city's downfall from that point on, right? So we always knew that he had the potential to kind of nut up and kind of revert back into those barbarian type of attitudes that he has, right? So we knew that. We also said that he had the opportunity to be one of the best mayors, but with a guy like Thurman, right? He has a personal character flaw, in my opinion. His character flaw kind of keeps him cocky, keeps him arrogant, and it makes him feel like he's invincible. It's kind of like a drug with him, in my opinion, right? It's like power's like a drug with him. It kind of has him lose his whole goddamn mind. You know what I mean? and making you have some type of artificial feeling like you're better than what you are, that you have some type of power that you don't have. You know what I mean? So with him, it's more like a personal goddamn flaw that I don't think he can ever. It's too old for him to change right now. So, it's just a thing that we just have to get him out of there, cut our losses, and go ahead and, start someone fresh with Mr. Batiste. Go ahead on and what you was wanting to say why you like Mr. Batiste and whatever you was about to say.
Okay, well, let me go back. Ron Burton was there actually before Thurman came. I personally like Ron. I think Ron had made a good change.
Yeah, I personally like him too.
The problem that I have with Thurman, before I go to Mr. Batiste, is he campaigned for compliance manager. You remember that?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it took Greg Richards.
Okay. I mean, that was his number one thing. Why is that? See, we'd have been bamboozled, bro.
Oh, yes, absolutely. He lied. He pretty much lied to everybody.
And guess what? Continue the progress. I don't want to continue what's going on.
What progress?
That's your slogan now? To continue the progress? To grow with who? My grandson will be graduating out of school next year. I want him to run for the mayor. Everybody, It don't matter if he got experience or not.
Yeah, you can see we have a complete clown for the mayor right now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But I got to make it last. This is the last thing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about it. He said, I have to go back to the garbage, that he was going to put roll-off boxes at the end of the blocks for the people that's paying for a service to go and drop their garbage in there. You got people in my block, 70, 80 years old.
So, hell, even if you're 70,
they
80.
They can't even roll a garbage can. I got to help them. They can't even roll a garbage can to the curb.
40, 50.
But he wants them to pick it up. Yeah, how stupid you. Come on, man.
40, 50,
we are the laughing stock. We are the laughing stock of Texas.
Some of them trash cans be hard to pick up regular when you just getting one trash can. I had them big ones. They carry the black, 55 to 60 gallon ones right here. And when you try to lift one of those out sometimes, put it in the green ones. That's hard. Now you trying to tell me you want me to take the green one, roll it down the road to where a roll-off is, lift that joker up over my head, dump it in, regardless of all the trash, water, all the stuff falling back on me. I'm supposed to pull it up the top of wherever roll-off is, right? See, that's what I'm talking about. You have these people that don't have no doggone clue of what the flip they talking about. It's like the man talking like he high.
He got to be on something to do with it. I don't know what he on. I really don't know what he on, but I know one thing. That was the craziest thing I really had, Dave. I just didn't understand what would make somebody say something like that. It's just stupid. But I'm gonna go ahead on and get off of that and tell you why I would think that Mr. Batiste would make a good mayor.
Right.
Is because one thing I like about Mr. Batiste, and I haven't known him that long. Yeah. I've known him since I've been in the political arena, since I've been an activist. I've known him to be a man of his word. I know him to be a man to think before he talk. Right. And I know him to not to be a clown. You understand me?
Right.
So those were three characteristics that I like about him.
not to be a clown, right.
When Mr. Batiste was there for matter of fact, I knew him when he was at the Texas workforce.
Oh, okay.
All right. I knew him when he was with the EDC. Now, I'm going to be truthful and honest with you. The reason why I like him, he done some powerful things with the EDC. He made a good difference with the EDC. He worked with those refineries. You understand me?
Right.
I think him being there and having the connection with the refinery, we could get our young people there in there working. Matter of fact, he put a lot of different programs together to get those kids at the refinery, to get welding done, to get driving done. You see what I'm saying? Right. So actually, he's a non-burner to me because I've already seen what he did. But to a lot of people that don't know him, that would hurt him. Yeah. So I have taken it on myself, not no money, anything, to coach out there and tell the people who Mr. Floyd Batiste is.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to do. See, one thing about me, if I get on your wagon, I'm on your wagon. Right. I don't do no shady stuff, and I ain't scared to hide.
Yeah.
Because if I tell you I got you, I got you.
Right.
I got you. Those are things that I can see product of growing. Okay, you are tired of what's happening. And you know it's going to continue if you keep the same people in there. They're going to make the same promises or the same lies they did to get in there. Okay? You know, you say, well, Batiste probably lying too. How you know? How you know? You know this fool ain't going to get it done. Yeah. Get somebody else a shot. And another thing I don't like about us as African American blacks or whatever, we all let the boss hog get us in a basket like crabs and pulling another one down instead of saying, you know what, even if it's Thurman, we are going to get behind Thurman and keep him accountable. We're not going, there ain't nobody else running against Thurman. Y'all want somebody to run, y'all put your own people. You see what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Let's get us a candidate and run him. Give him an opportunity to prove. Now, when you see that he's at fault, we need to check him. You know Thurman is at fault because you and him sit at the bar and he line up the table for. That's a cool thing. Come on, man. Look at our city. They doing a little work now because it's campaign time. After that,
right?
What after that is over. But I tell you what, if we wouldn't have had a Ron up there, it'd be even worse. See, a lot of people think Ron just go along and get along. I know him personally. I done been around. I didn't see the work he's done. So I'm glad he's there because I see the work that ain't getting done. I look at the whole council, including I hate to even say it, but including our lawyers.
Right.
You understand me? Don't know nothing but getting paid. How you have attorneys up there that can't make a decision, got to hire somebody in to come do it? What's going on with that?
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
I mean, yeah.
Talking about they just go up on your water bill, this and that. They know they've been having those hydrants leaking for the longest. When they decide to fix it, they just went up on everybody's money.
Yeah.
You know, you're not getting nothing done on council because they tabling everything.
Right. And the thing, my issue is with the attorney, right? We have this attorney that needs to make smart moves, right? We get into these sucker contracts where we selling downtown, but we're not sure if we're going to have enough time to move out and to get the thing redone where we in an upside down contract. Now we're going to have to pay Motiva, a renter's fee for 2 years now. Some of those things like, yes, some of those things, right. Some of those things we need to have better legal insight, right? And I've always said, anytime you want to change the atmosphere of the city or the entity, you have to remove the city attorney, right? You have to remove the attorney. Now, just like with the EDC takeover, they removed that attorney over there and they don't want him to come back in, right? Because he's doing, things by the book. And that's what happened in that hostile takeover. Now, when they took over the Beaumont Independent School District, they got rid of Melanie Chappelle. That was the attorney over there. Now, for Port Arthur to get itself right? For Port Arthur to actually move and to stop all of this corruption, they're going to have to get rid of the city attorney. And I guarantee you, once they get rid of the city attorney, and probably some of the others under her, and put somebody in there that's going to give everything a straight shot, then you're going to see everything stop like that. Because these clowns that are doing all of these illegal things, they have the legal cover. Now, most of these clowns so stupid to do anything on their own that they're not going to actually try to risk most of those things themselves without talking to the city attorney on the side or letting the city attorney give up the go-ahead on doing some of this clown ass stuff. So, that's what a lot of people have to understand. When you're dealing with legal entities, right, when you're tearing it down, you have to tear down the attorney on this spot in order for everything to get better. And
well, Mr. David, how many attorneys Port Arthur have?
Oh, in the office at least about what? I think I seen maybe 3 or 4 or something like that. Yeah, and that's just in
something major. Yeah, but something major they got to hire out. So something tell you right then, if you got to spend extra money and you paying these people and they're not doing the job, don't you think you need to get somebody that can do one job?
Yeah, man. Look, we have I mean, it's like the attorney have assistants over there. So, man, it's crazy. It's
Yeah, it
crazy.
is. It is.
It's we have a main city attorney, at least another. I seen a guy that was in the council meeting also. I know we have another female attorney up in there, and
Right.
whoever after that. So it's just crazy. It's a money grab basically, right? And also, if you've seen when I pulled up the city manager's contingency fund, we were paying a couple other attorneys under the table. Well, I call it under the table, but it's through the contingency fund, and you're not supposed to deal with contracts, legal contracts through a city contingency fund. It's supposed to come up to the council and have a formal contract, not through no contingency fund. You see what I'm saying? So we have all of these crazy ass things that's going on right now that shouldn't be done, that we need to get, kind of ramped up and kind of taken care of, nipped in the bud. You see what I'm saying? It's just crazy how we're running this city, right? We're running this city into the ground, and that's why, I come out here and try to expose things, let people, see what's going on. And we're going to need an actual leader that can kind of, be a positive piece to the puzzle in creating change, right? And that's why I want to hit up that. I think one good thing that Mr. Batiste bring to the city is a deal of professionalism and competency, right? I think we'll bring that to the mayor's seat, that we haven't had that in the last, 3 mayors. So, it's going to bring some professionalism, some competency, and a mayor that we can actually be proud of.
You know what, David? I did a little research on Mr. Batiste too. In September of 2020, he got a prestigious leadership award,
right? Yes.
For the EDC.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, and that's some of the things I'm talking about. And over here for LS CPA, Lamar College Port Arthur,
right?
He established different scholarships. Okay. These are some things that he has done while he's been there. So that goes to tell me his leadership is already divine. So he already know how to pick up the cross and continue to walk, We don't have to train him as much as somebody that don't have any experience, because we still trying to train Thurman. After 3 years, talk about that. It doesn't make no sense. When you apply for a job, they ask you what your credentials are. You don't go to no council meetings or nothing. You just jump up there. You want to run. You don't even know how order is.
Right. Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Batiste don't have to go to all of them being in the EDC, so he knows how to be on stage. He knows how to represent the city of Port Arthur. It ain't about no frat brothers, and it ain't about no colors. This ain't Bloods and Crips.
Right.
These are Port Arthur citizens. And until they get that in their head, and like I said, it's not Thurman's fault. It's our fault.
Well, I'm a different with you on that.
We allow it. We know it's wrong. Like my dad told me a long time ago, boy, if you see wrong and you know it's wrong and you do nothing about it, then really you're part of the problem also.
Right, yeah,
so
but if you don't change. If you don't change,
when I say it ain't his fault, I'm saying because we allowed that, yes, definitely it's his fault.
Yeah.
Because he lied to the people for so long. But let me tell you something, Dave.
Right.
They got people here on this broadcast right now and say, yeah, they tell the truth, but go right there and vote for him again.
Right, and absolutely. And I'm glad you said that he actually lied to people right now. They have a lot of people. They still have good-hearted people out there that do not think that a politician will lie to you. They have people that actually think that Bartie would not lie to you. But I have to tell you, anytime your mayor tells you that they have to physically get on a plane, use your tax dollars to go across to Washington, D.C. and wherever to go to, right? To tell you that he needs to go there so they can be in the room to get the tax dollars, and you have dumbass Marks kind of agreeing with it. And I was sad to see you have the Beaumont mayor was kind of co-signing that dumb stuff, right? So anytime, they're being deceived. The citizens are being deceived. They don't really know it, right? And it sounds good. It's like, yeah, okay, they got to be in the room to go ahead and have the conversations. But, the money doesn't work like that, right? You have to, it's levels to this. Sometimes when you're going, filling out the grants, you have to go through the state, county, and, and the county and state, federal to get the funds, right, for like the FEMA stuff. You can't just, like with Bartie, he tried to declare a national disaster on his own, right, but he couldn't do that. And when he did it prematurely, when people left, they couldn't get that FEMA money, right, because they were out of order with the process. So that's another thing people have to understand. You just can't go make up your own rules, do what you want to do. And then the mayor, is not a mayor's job to lobby for the city, right? We have state representatives that does lobbying. We have the TML, the Texas Municipal League, that we pay a fee to, and they kind of lobby and tell us on different rules and laws and different things of that.
Why do you think he do that? And he knows it's not right. Why do you think he do that?
Well, in my opinion, he does that. He does that to try to inflate himself, to try to inflate his well-being, right? Because if you listen to him, before I was calling out, he was trying to go on a national type of politics, right? He was trying to say he liked Biden's Build Back Better program, and he going to try to get some of them Afghan immigrants to come over to Port Arthur. He was telling you all of these lies, nothing that he has any control over, because he doesn't have a clue on what his job is. He has some dumbass supporters or advisors telling him to do this stupid stuff, right? Because him and his advisors think we as citizens are stupid, right? So they tell him to run on a national plan, which he has no control over, the Build Back Better program or the Afghans, because it sounds good, but you can't get TxDOT to fix the streets. So what's really going on here, right? You inflating yourself, and that's not even how it works. You don't control anything, because as we've seen in one of those council meetings, the council had shut down one of his trips to Washington, D.C., but from what I heard, he paid on his own, maybe in campaign money or his own money, whatever, to go ahead and go to that recent trip with Washington, D.C. So, the citizens, we have to do a better of understanding how politics run from local, state, and federal, and understand what our actual mayors and councilors also do, because he's making himself look like it's a strong mayor where he does the job of a city manager, but actually it's a manager-council form of government, and he has an equal vote with the council. Now, the only times that he have autonomy, right, and control is during an emergency declaration. And there's only few and far between just dealing specifically with that emergency. But any other time of the day, he has just one vote, just like everybody else,
And what I like about what you do, Dave, I like you're very important. If you put everything out there, people can really see it. I don't understand why they not acknowledging that. You really does your homework. I give you your props all the time.
Appreciate
and
it.
if we didn't have you, oh my God, where would we be? Because you makes it so simple. An elementary kid could read it and understand it.
Absolutely.
So it's no excuse for these voters to go and do what they're doing, unless they're not even listening or being informative or reading it.
Right.
I don't know what else can we do. If nobody's trying, all we're trying to do is make you put your thinking caps on.
Right.
And open your eyes. Open your eyes. And once you open your eyes to see, then your heart will receive. It's not right. We have children right now that can't wait to graduate and get away from here, because there's nothing to offer them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if they're not doing that, they're being killed. And then when you go to a mayor, you're looking for maybe some kind of tenderness or kindness. Hey man, what's going on with these kids? What we gonna do about these kids? And you tell them something stupid like, "Oh, we just gonna bear them."
Yeah.
But that's my kids. You talk about just putting them in the ground like they're nobody. But then you're walking around and talk about, "Hey, vote for me, vote for me." For what?
Right.
For what? You don't have compassion for the people.
And let me give you something on. I'm glad you said something about the violence, right? With the violence, this is one thing that a lot of people does not really understand. Well, some understand it and do, but they may or may not understand it. The thing with the violence, right? The biggest determination on what promotes violence, right, is poverty, right? if you look at the study of criminology, poverty is the biggest indicator of violence, right? You have more poverty in the city, violence goes up. You have less poverty, violence goes down. This is the study of criminology. It's not me guessing on this. It's not me making anything up. It is the study of criminology. But nobody wants to put that together, right? Even cops, they know this crap. Even cops, the DAs, all people in law enforcement know this. You tell them this, they'll shake their head to it. But a lot of people don't want to put it together. Hey, you start giving more people jobs in the city, you're going to see an overall decline of the actual violence. That's true, but people don't really push that part, right? Because they act stupid, but I don't know. They want to have these marches, they want to have all these little programs and stuff that does not statistically hit the cause of actual violence, right? So we when you're hitting that, you have to have somebody that actually says, hey, we need to get more jobs. Now, when somebody looks at, hey, we need to get more jobs, you're going to have a group of people, out-of-towners that don't live in Port Arthur, feel that they are entitled to these jobs here, that don't have to live in the city, and they want to kind of take them. So they're going to feel that they're being pushed out of there, right? So understand, when dealing with the crime, if you seriously want to deal with it in a real way, one of these politicians is going to have to acknowledge the study of criminology. It puts that the crime is a close relation to poverty, and that means you're going to have to get some of these jobs, and you're going to have to talk to some of these plants. That's what it is. Then you're going to take the focus of, hey, plants, we need y'all to start hiring some of the local people here, preferably the men. You know what I mean? So that's why a lot of people don't want to hit it, because it's going to have to change. You're going to be changing the focus into something actually tangible that you can do, for us like getting a job, versus having a prayer vigil meeting over, or some kind of dance, or whatever these type of little artificial things. Like when I forgot that police officer had the march, I forgot. I didn't know why that police officer had that march over at the pavilion for the violence. I'm like, dude, you of all people know through the study of criminology, right, that the poverty has a close relationship to violence. And this dancing, marching, fun day at the Palladium is not going to stop the violence, right? You're not taking the city back by having a dance. You know what I mean? So things like that, we have to really take a serious look at this stuff. I mean, us as black folks in the area, we have it all screwed up as far as with politics and understanding what's for us and what's against us, right? So, saying all that to say, when you have a clown like the current mayor that we have right now, it throws everybody's focus off what's right and what's wrong. But when you have a person that's more business orientated, has a person that's more professional in the seat, right, the symbolic seat of the mayor, we would all tend to do a lot better, right? So, that having Mr. Batiste would be a positive influence from what we're doing right now. Because right now, we have a mayor that doesn't know anything, doesn't want to do anything positive. He wants to just lie to help himself be more successful, to inflate his thing. So that's kind of, how that all breaks down and what's going on with us.
Yeah, well, Dave, everything that you say, I got to echo it, because you're telling it straight from the hip is exactly true. And that's why jobs. I believe in my spirit that Mr. Batiste having affiliated with most of those plant managers and stuff, because he don't really deal with those plant managers as much as he should. He goes to the corporate and deal from the top to the bottom. Right. So I know he could get in there and implement what a compliance officer needs to do. He don't even need that. He can let them know, hey, for every 100 people you hire, okay, we just want 3. You see what I'm talking about? We just want 3. So if you're hiring thousands of people, we just want our share. We want to be a part of where we live. I'm tired of seeing license plates coming in from out of town and going out back to their hometown. They don't even stop to get gas. They don't even stop to get a hamburger. They're not contributing anything to our city. But we want to say, oh, man, we ain't got nobody qualified to do this, to do that. They all liars. And that's been going on since the mayors and mayors and mayors. Since we got these black mayors, they don't want these people to hire no black folks in these refineries. What is our problem?
Right.
We scared that they're gonna get ahead of us.
Right. Hold on to that point. I want to say something before I forget about it. Right. I'm glad you're bringing that up with the refineries. Right. This last council meeting showed how some of the refineries think of we as clowns. Right. The council called for a representative, Ms. Claire Jackson. Right. Representative for Motiva to come down over here and give us the progress of downtown.
And she sent a letter. Go ahead.
She sent a letter. Now, before that, she went down and told the Chamber of Commerce everything that was going on, right? She did. That's when she had went down to Chamber of Commerce, gave them a presentation of what's going on with downtown and everything. Not the city, the Chamber of Commerce. But when we sent her a letter, when we requested her to come down and give us a presentation, she said, yeah, I'm going to send a letter. But also how that was kind of silly also for us to ask her to come down here. The council meeting before, when we was told that we're going to be leasing it from them, right? We're going to be leasing the medical center from them. In that meeting, they told us, hey, pretty much they told us, and pretty much not so many words, right? Hey, look, we waiting on y'all to move from downtown and to go actually where y'all need to go before they can actually start going, right? So before they can actually start doing what they need to do for downtown. Because now progress is held up because of us. Because if we are still in that health department, we haven't left over there. So we are still over here holding up progress from downtown. And then the next council meeting, we summoning them to come down and tell us why we hold up. The way we do business in this city is so screwed up. It's like a clown show. And people don't really understand how bad of a clown show it is, because I don't blame her. Why would she come down here? And they just also got through talking to the city manager. Hey, look, they waiting on they need to get a what you call it, one of them work things that not a work order, but a work I'm calling it a work blueprint. But it schedules out what they're going to do for the actual, construction. It tells them what they're going to do day by day for however long, a construction plan, right?
So you saying that health department, that's what you're talking about?
Yes, sir.
Downtown,
right.
Is holding up the progress. Of course it will, because it's unsafe for them to be doing work and people going in and out. You see,
doing work.
Of course, I understood the letter. We was lucky to even get a letter, because they had already told you a certain date to be out. Now you just sit there and slept, and now it's time to be out. And them people are going to charge you for your own building,
yes,
$12,000. Now, that don't make no sense at all to me. It really doesn't. Poor leadership.
Then the reason why we want to get out of there is because the building is deteriorating, right? So that's why they wanted to sell it in the first place. So now, since they have to stay in there longer now, they have to pay for a new AC system, right? A new AC system, because they have to stay in there for 2 more years. So that's on top of the money we paying Motiva. But Ron Burton said that they're going to get some kickback from Motiva for that electrical, that AC system. Hell, they paying you your own money back for 2 years for that AC system. So, so it's not a big thing off of that. But still, that's we operate business like a goddamn circus. We shouldn't be in this position with Motiva and now they have to wait on us, because think about it, legally, they want to get everybody clear of all of them buildings before they start doing the construction. We don't know how much that health department has a it's a leg or what's going on. So they have to really clear them all out, right? They have to clear them all out because we don't know exactly how important that health department is. So, you really can't be too much to try to block everything off with the health department with just that street, and got other people coming in there. You got construction going on, all the smoke going in the air. You know what I mean? So it's best to block all that off. Wait till they get up out of there and do the construction on the whole thing, where they can kind of do like how they did before. Put all them little roadblocks and barriers so nobody won't be, in the way or anything. You know what I mean? So.
Well, we need to find out, because I didn't know it was going to be another 2 years. That's a long time to stop work. Why that I think it was on 9th Avenue and 73 that they were supposed to move to. Why was that poorly planned? Why didn't I know that yet? I don't understand that. If we got to buy a new central heat air conditioning system, and we're going to leave it back there, regardless if they give us any money back, that we shouldn't even be in there, Dave.
Exactly. Now that's exactly what I'm saying.
But they're making it look like it's Motiva that's holding up all the work, and it's our own people.
Right, exactly. I'm like, why did y'all send for Motiva? You know what I mean?
What do downtown when I heard them people ain't gonna do nothing. They done bought Flint Hills. They moving that way. No, they not. Our pole management team, including that. See, I have to keep saying about the district attorney there. That's the legal aspect. That's who should fall on the all them different lawyers we got. That should never be like that. You don't hear Nealon and all them going through all that.
That and also I would say the city manager too, right? But for some reason, we're not inspecting the land, or we're not able to inspect the land that we need to do construction on for whatever reason. I don't know, because they said the same.
You said a mouthful. I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah,
but over there on 19th Street where the old water plant was,
right.
They were supposed to put that dog pound thing there.
Yeah.
Spent all that money. And now they got a 10-foot wall they didn't know nothing about. Come on, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
That hurts the taxpayers.
Yeah.
Everybody in there needs to be cleaned out.
They lost money on that. We lost money on that. Tax dollars, they started construction. Now, this is your own building. You don't have any kind of blueprints, no plans, anything. I mean, how in the hell do we start some type of construction on that, right? You would have to look at the blueprints, the plan. You well enough have time to look at this stuff before you hire a construction crew. See, I don't understand this crazy ass crap. See, that's what confuses me. These simple things that I would think simple, why in the hell we can't execute this crap? So we having problems with this animal shelter deal, right? From some property we already have. Now we signed this dummy ass contract and not really surveying the property. I mean, of this other stuff. Now we have to wait for this. It's all crazy, man. We running business like clowns run business, Reds. That's the goddamn problem. And so many people don't know how bad it is, right? I had this one fool online was talking about, well, you always saying something negative. I'm like, dude, the issue is not if I'm saying things are negative. The problem is, am I lying about anything? If I'm not lying about anything, then you just hate hearing the truth. You know what I mean? See, we have to start acting like adults. We have a lot of grown baby boys, grown female baby girls, right? Where their feelings get hurt whenever we talk about some negative aspect with this going on within the city. In order for us to fix what's going on within the city, we have to address the problems. And when we addressing problems, some people are going to think it's negative. Now we have to start, this is what we have to do to start building. If you want to build anything, we have to do it. But unfortunately, a lot of black folks here, we've been too lazy and too accustomed to having somebody do things for us, right? Well, we don't actually, we want to elect somebody and just let them go ahead on and do it. Hopefully they're looking out for us, I elect them. Yeah, you elect them, but we gotta watch them. We gotta be the watchdogs making things going on. And also, if there's a problem, make sure you're a part of the solution, right? So we need to make sure that we doing things like adults, right? You know, grown folks, that's about business. And that's about business. We need to fix things. We got to identify the doggone problem. See, a lot of people, we like to party and bull crap. We like to go to these church meetings. We like to go to these class meetings. We like to, party, go across the seawall for these fun days. We want to do all this crazy stuff, all this fun stuff. But when it's time to come down to work and to start etching out the doggone cancer with this city, right, one by one, walking through all of this stuff, we don't want to do it. It sounds too bad. Oh, you're just negative. I want to smoke. I want to drink. I want to do some drugs. You know what I'm saying? We get all kinds of crazy excuses and not want to do what needs to be done to, how the cliche goes, move this city forward.
Yeah. I agree with that. They got to understand that, hey, as long as they're still alive, this is their town. Make the best of it. That's just like your house. When you see a problem at your house, you fix it. When you already see this problem, a lot of people need to go more to city council meetings and get on the agenda and voice their opinion, because they are not being heard. They're not being heard. We really doesn't have no spokespeople besides you, myself, and a few of us that don't mind getting out talking and speaking.
Right.
We got people that like to sit at the breakfast table and do a lot of complaining, but then when we ask them to step forward, guess what?
Right.
Their mouth is closed. You can't get nothing from a closed mouth. A closed mouth won't get fed. I've never been a type of person where as though I didn't run into a mic I didn't like. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I don't mind voicing my opinion, because guess what? It's gonna be truthful what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna get up there and be ignorant. I'm gonna be and done my homework. But everybody here is not satisfied and know that we could do better. They need to make a decision at the poll. You need to get up and go out and vote. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
I'm so embarrassed with Port Arthur. We got over 50,000 people live here, over 32,000 that's registered voters. And the last election we had, less than 3,000 voted. You understand me? Come on, man. Are they taking things seriously, or they just don't care? Now you got the mayor of them back for a runoff. Okay, we're doing that. We just got through with precinct and all that. Then we got Chris and them. The senator's race is coming. That's here now. And right after that, you're gonna have the mayor runoff, and then after that, you're gonna have your legislator and your governor. That's 4 races back to back. All them races ain't gonna get done because nobody gonna go to them. See what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't care if they had one a week. I'm gonna exercise mine.
Yeah.
My people might not win, but they're gonna know I went and voted.
Right.
Because I'm gonna be counted in that number, bro.
Yes, sir. And we have to look at politics as a lifelong thing we have to do. It's a part of life, right? Politics is a part of life, because we have to understand politics is about who gets what resources. It's the process of deciding who gets what resources, and that's how you be in the game, right? You got to be in politics, voting for, looking and holding these people accountable, right? Because they're not, the only reason why they lied to you is because you let them lie to you, right? I guarantee if everybody that see Bartie on the streets go curse his ass out, say, look, man, I don't see how you lying to us. You don't run the goddamn city. City manager run the city. What did you telling me that you have a doggone, you have a cabinet for? What do you mean that you have to go out of town to get the money? You a doggone lie. You know what I'm saying? If everybody that seen Bartie and came up to his face and told him that, they wouldn't be lying. That's why I'm pretty much unapologetic when I'm on this mic, or when I'm over in their face, or when I have the camera moving around. It's unapologetic. That's why when I hit his behind up earlier at the polls, he didn't want to be a part of that camera. Say, hey, Mayor Bartie, let me speak to you about these trips you're going on. He burned off on that. You have to bring the fight into these crooked politicians, right? Let them know that you watching. Let them know that you taking notice of what they doing, right? Because they think like how a lot of people think of black folk, right? Black folk gonna make a noise here and there, and then they're gonna go ahead on and stop. They're going to go ahead on and stop. Be quiet about it. This thing is easy to change, right? You just have to be a part of it. You just have to do it. Just like how we got rid of, just like how we won the JP's race to bring in, you know, a guy and a citizen over here, you know, Mr. Guillory. That was one of the status quo's pet puppets in the office. You know what I mean? But we came there with you had a strong candidate, Mr. Guillory, and you had strong supporters around him. Took out the status quo's favorite pet puppy. You know what I mean? So you can change the city. You can change how everything goes. You just have to start etching the cancer out one by one. Just have to dig in there, cut it out, remove it. That's all you have to do. It's easy to do, but we talk ourselves out of it. Just how I see, look, the status quo know if they talk to black folks turn, that we'll end up, that we have a somewhat of a PTSD, right, of slavery in our brains, and we'll kind of go back to conforming. Now, just how the former JP told you, hey, Reg, it kind of be politics. Now, all the things I did for you, that was some tough talk that he tried to tell you, even though he didn't do nothing for you, but he understood black folks' mentality, right? He understood black folk. You get a white person to start talking to us kind of firmly and toughly, we just going to submit. We're going to revert to submit to that slave. Yes, sir, boss. I don't know why I'd vote against you. I know that you ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something. All that's fun, but let me tell you this here. I politically ruined his career.
Right, right.
And I politically told him, out of all the people, bro, and AJ, you just screwed up. Because, see, I'm a fighter to the end.
Right.
I'm a fighter to the end. And he's a nobody. Because he knew me, and I didn't even know him. And he was my precinct chair. My precinct judge.
JP, yeah.
So, dude, when I stood up, he said, he said, go ahead, Mr. Trainer. I say, you know me? He said, oh, yeah, everybody knows you. I said, well, I don't know you. And you've been there for 11 years, the people didn't even know him. So to be truthfully honest with you, they didn't even know his name.
Well, yeah, well, he
That's when you get in office and nobody know who you are. So that means how you got there.
Yeah.
You have a path to put you up. You have a path to put you up.
Right.
See, what we're doing nowadays is we showing them that they could be moved.
Right, exactly.
Because the people have took a stand now. People is not sitting back no more, just letting you do what you want to do. That's even in church houses. You understand me?
Yes.
That's why people don't go to church. Because it's all trickling down behind lies.
Right.
I told you at first, when I first started off, if you know the history about the 3 houses in case closed, conversation dismissed. See what I'm saying?
Right.
The 3 houses, you already know what time it is. So if you go ahead and vote for you, if you want to, then guess what? You saying that you agree with what's been going on. So, we just got to get it together. I think Batiste will do a fine job.
Yeah.
I tell you what, he can't do no worse.
Oh, heck no, he can't do no worse. Any improvement over Bartie is a better improvement. And that's why I think, Mr.
That's an update, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely an update. He'll bring some professionalism back to the spot. He'll bring some knowledge and competency back to the spot. We really been missing that. And then, I'm here that'll help him. I know you'll be here to help him. You have other people that'll be here to help him. Go ahead, and help. And I think I think he's gonna need, he's gonna need that support, and he's gonna want that support. And I'm gonna be here with him just like you and other folks to, whatever he needs me to do to help him try to run the city, or make the change, getting people out. We'll try to work to the best we can to kind of have him,
And let me say this before we get off.
Yeah.
To our mayor, quit taking pictures with kids when you're talking about Derek.
You talking about who?
I want him to quit taking pictures at the schoolhouse with those kids. And when people ask you what you're going to do about crime with them,
oh, very right.
Gotcha. Don't do that. You try to show you got compassion when you don't. See, now you can mess with me, but when you start messing with them children and senior citizens, I have a complex.
Yeah.
So we need to stop that. You don't need to take another picture. Take a picture with a pot hound or something.
Yeah. Hey.
But I had to say that, David.
Oh yeah. Hey, I ain't even lying to you. I was kind of glad he took the picture with the kids. I was looking at our text now. I'm like, man, I'm glad he ain't go to Orlando, Florida somewhere and burn his money up. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of glad he took a field trip here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know it was a field trip.
I'm just saying. I'm just joking. I'm just saying, yeah. When I seen it with the kid, okay, oh, that's here? Okay, cool. Yeah. I was like, at least not back to Washington, D.C. for the 5th time and burning money.
Huh? Why did it take so long? Because of the campaign time?
Yeah, that's it.
No picture with them children before.
Yeah.
People got to read between the lines.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now, I know it wasn't. I know it was just straight political. What are you gonna do with them damn kids? Try to sell them, man? Them not go over there. Allegedly, I'm just joking.
One thing I give him every time you see him on TV: vote for Thurman, vote for me, vote for you. He getting it in. If you got to tell that many people to vote for you, then guess what? You ain't done that.
Well, he got some advisors that tell him some more crazy type stuff, or have him lie about some type of plan he trying to do. So he got some people that's telling him to lie. So he got people that's telling him what to do. He's just a puppet like the rest of them.
But I've been knowing that man for a long time, and you really don't know nobody until you put him in office or something. You know
give him power, yes sir. Give him power.
You give him power, and I guarantee you that change overnight in front of you. I don't know if it's because of the power. Now they don't even speak. Hey, how you doing, Mayor? Walk right by you and turn your nose up like somebody else I used to know used to be a mayor.
Right,
I ain't gonna call her name.
Yeah, I ain't gonna call her name. I hear you.
But yeah, you put him in office, then they get there, and I ain't doing nothing for him. Yeah. Good Lord, man! I just asked you one question, man, and it wasn't for me; it was for somebody else. To take that seat that you had on the advisory board. That's all.
Right.
That you was going nationality, Vietnamese, Chinese, and all that. Well, you put a black person in there. I don't like liars, dude. That's just my problem. You don't have to lie to me. Just tell me no. I'm a grown up. Tell me no. Right. You don't have to owe me no explanation when you say no, because no is an explanation by itself. It means no. No. I'm gonna say it again on your show. I will not support a lie.
Oh hell no.
I will support Mr. Batiste. Now, Mr. Batiste is a liar. He hadn't lied to me.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about it. But I know who have. And I'll be wrong with my conviction to vote for that man and know it's wrong. I won't do it no more. I've been on bending knees enough asking the Lord to forgive me for what I've done.
Right. But remember, he lied to you. He lied to you.
But I know a lot of people went by what I said too.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I feel bad about. But now when people, I say, do your homework. Would you vote? Now, if you ask me for my opinion, I give you my opinion. Don't get mad at me, because I've had some Thurman people come up to me and was mad at me.
Right.
When you telling people you don't vote for Thurman, I tell people what I want to tell people.
Yeah, well, I wish they would have somebody from part together. Why you don't do it?
People do what they want to do. So what you running up to me for? What you got a problem with me or something? Well, I'm just saying, don't come kill me like that. Don't come kill me. Because I'm not going to vote for him. You vote for me if you want to. Yeah. I just got my homework. Well, what homework? You go do your homework, and if you decide to go to that poll, and you decide to vote for Batiste, vote for Batiste. If you decide to vote for Thurman, vote for Thurman. But you can't tell me how to vote.
Right.
I vote for who I want to vote for, And then I've been voting a long time. Half of you guys only vote twice a year. You see what I'm talking about? So I vote for everything. But I just want people to understand, if you need to talk to Mr. Batiste, he's available. If you need to find out what does he bring to the table, he's available. You got to reach out. He can't be everywhere. Reach out. Don't go and hit the ballot if you're unsure and you wind up thinking about it for another 3 years. You already see the way the city has grown, whatever the progress was, you already haven't seen it. So if you're going to continue something that ain't never happened, why? Why would you continue something that ain't happened? It's time for a change.
Yes, sir.
It's time to stop was not working for us and brainstorm something that's going to work for us. We got a man here that really has a connection with these refiners, has a business ethic, and most important about it, he's professional what he does. Wouldn't you want him to represent you? Or you want somebody representing, open up a garbage can, ain't got nothing to put in a $family dollar bag in and telling you to vote for me? You crazy. Yeah, I said it on your phone. You're crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason why you're crazy, because you're weak minded. And you're not even using your own 5 senses that the Lord has given you. Reginald Trainer has spoken, and this is my opinion, and this is my feeling. Mr. Batiste, you have my vote. Batiste.
You say Mr. Who?
Mr. Batiste.
Okay,
Floyd,
okay.
Floyd. I see, another thing that's going to confuse them B's, if you don't pronounce that B right, it'd be Bartie instead of Batiste.
Yeah, it sounds like that.
Yeah. Don't be fooled by the fool.
Don't be fooled by the fool, yes, sir.
By the fool. Because one named Thurman, and the other one named Floyd. So just remember Floyd and Thurman. How about that?
There you go.
You won't go wrong. You won't go wrong. Because sometimes I can say it and it slip.
Exactly.
So, well, what else you got for me, Dave?
Nah, that's it. Hey,
we've been on a long time.
Hey, that's it, brother. I was just about to end it on that one, brother.
Yeah, well, I thank you. I thank Producer for your ears, and I thank Producer for the heart that has received this message on today. I think that you have influenced us, Mr. David, a big way, whereas though those that didn't know learned something today.
Yes, sir. And everybody, thank y'all for watching, and thank y'all for watching, listening to PA Political Revolution podcast. Go ahead, like, share this thing, and everybody take it easy. Peace.